So today we're going to take a look at the Boker Strike and compare it to the previously reviewed Kalashnikov 74. So really excited to show you what this new Boker Strike can do. Been really looking forward to it ever since I heard that it was coming out on the market, because I am in love with the 74, the AK74, Kalashnikov 74. They are the exact same price point, coming in about $40 over at Blade HQ. We have links over there. That's where I purchased the Strike. And we just started an affiliate program with Blade HQ, which is really exciting. So when you guys use those hyperlinks, helps me get out there, continue to buy items just like this blade and give you guys full comprehensive videos. But to this date, you know, the Kalashnikov has really been, to me, the best budget auto that I've ever seen or reviewed. And so now we're going to put the new boy on the block, its younger brother, the Boker Strike, and put them head to head and see where it fits into a system and whether or not it's going to be the right pocket knife, auto knife for you. Boom, here we are. Love it, love it, love it. All right, really fun and excited as we look in detail at these two blades, and we'll be referring to the Kalashnikov 74 throughout the entire video. So what we're looking at here on the blade itself is we're looking at AUS 8, exactly the same as the Kalashnikov, you know, for the price point of about 40 bucks, really good for all the materials that we're getting here, under $50. You know, I've done a couple videos, would love to see some Sandviks and, you know, some D2 in the future on these budget, you know, friendly offerings, but AUS 8, if I'm gonna have to go budget, I prefer it over HCR. So it holds a decent edge and it's easy to tune up. This one has that copper, Blade HQ, again, exclusive. This one is a flat grind or saber grind drop point design with a really nice, just very gradual clip right there, little swedge, really nice, making this a good, strong, tough tip. And good thickness back here at 0.12, so 1/8 of an inch thick, tapering down, really nice, and giving, again, with that saber grind, really good strength, good belly right there. And compared to any, because I had a full flat grind version, one of these, to my knowledge, I've not reviewed the dagger version, but a much stronger tip than you're going to find on any of the Kalashnikovs. So you're going to get a little bit more strength out of that. So if you're doing more stabbing and prying, that might be something to consider. Side-to-side lateral movements are going to be a little bit better on the Strike than on the Kalashnikovs. The Kalashnikovs are either going to have FFGs, I believe is one version, or this one being a hollow grind. So that's also something, which means that it has a higher sharper edge, if you will, because of geometry and the edge geometry, but hollow grinds don't tend to be as strong as saber grinds. So when we're looking at the Strike overall, and as we talk about the overall performance of the 3.25 inch cutting edge, so 3 1/4 overall blade length, what we're really looking at is more strength is what the focus of the Strike is. And I would say that the Kalashnikov 74 is going to be more of the slicer. It's going to slice a little bit better, and it has a more precise tip. So that is something to consider. What type of task are you looking for? More of a tough, rough and tumble blade? That's probably the Strike. If you're looking for more precision, more slicing capability, then that's probably going to be the 74. So that's something to consider as you go through there. This was definitely a good blade for that, you know, for that kind of like outdoor, tactical, utility knife. Absolutely, it's not the best slicer I've ever held in the world. The Kalashnikov is going to be the better one for that because of the higher hollow grind that it offers you. It's just pure physics. They're exact same blade length, all of that, and this one is just going to be a little bit thicker, stronger, and tougher, if that makes sense. Still able to go through all the material you would expect it to. So we're going to look at the auto feature and the deployment and the plunge lock. Now the 74, if you watched my video a while ago, great button, super fast, Nice snap with that good plunge lock, very solid, no complaints, particularly for 40 bucks. The one issue that I had, not an issue, it was just a data point, is that the button is pretty recessed into the body. So if you had like big thick leather gloves on, or you just have really fat pudgy fingers, I could see it kind of being an issue trying to hit that. You may not always get a solid enough push on the button to then deploy it. I never had that issue, but it was just something kind of that I noticed. So since having come out with this several years ago, Boker has kind of changed that up a little bit on the strike. Now the strike, it is definitely raised up above the body of the aluminum handle, so much easier to engage. It's a little bit smaller than on the 74, but it even has that nice texturing pattern there, so very, very easy to engage. Bronze bushing, whips open just like its brother. Probably the same mechanism, I would assume, in there. Very easy, good, solid plunge lock right there. No complaints, easy to disengage. And you can totally close this one-handed, so you just push the button. Boom, no issues there. I like being able to do that with my autos and my assisted knives. I don't like to have to use two hands on an assisted knife to do that. Now, because of the higher button, they have added now a safety feature on this model. So red is dead. When that's open, you can use this thing all day. It's just a little tiny kind of like blocking mechanism. I don't know if you can see that in there. But the issue that I have, and you can probably hear it, is that it rattles. It's really loosey-goosey in there. Now, I don't know if that's a systemic problem with the design or if that's just mine. Now, it totally if I cover up the red, it's not going to deploy in my pocket. No issues. Super easy to disengage and then get it, to deploy. If I move it back into place, I can't lock and close the blade, so that's nice. It's kind of like a little extra safety feature as well there. The thing for me is that once or twice when I have it open like this in my pocket with my keys and everything else, I have bumped it into safe mode. So when I pull the knife out and I want to use it, I hit the button and nothing happens. Then I have to go like this. So that, again, I don't know if that's systemic or if that's me. What I would do, I'm not concerned, because you really got to put some pressure. Not any more than any other auto, but you got to think about it to deploy this knife. What I would do is literally just put a little tiny drop of super glue right there, if you do have a rattle on your safety, and then open it up, hold it there for a minute, and then you'll never have to worry about it again, and it'll just be open all the time, and not an issue. So not a killer, particularly at $40, but I would have liked to just see a tighter, less loosey-goosey, rattly safety right here, like my Gerbers, that I think of those, and they have a really nice solid snap in. Now it's safe, snap out, now it's not, and it's just a more secure locking mechanism than I feel like this is. All right, so we're gonna hit handles here. They got so many different color combinations out there. Again, this being that Blade HQ exclusive. Now, the strike, as you can see, is definitely a larger handle. The strike's gonna come in at 4.67 inches, so over 4.5 inches overall length. And the 74 is gonna come in at 4.2, so it's a shorter, more compact handle. And then we're looking at flow-through construction on both there with nice standoffs, but you'll notice that it's just the aluminum handles on the 74, making this come in at 3.5 ounces, so under 4 ounces, whereas this guy has steel liners and with the larger handle, making this come in at 4.8 ounces, so almost 5 ounces on the strike. So it's definitely a beefier, larger overall handle, more real estate to work with. My large size hands, as you guys well know, plenty of space there, so I could be wearing like beefy leather gloves and still be getting good grip on the knife. You can see that too, just with the texturing and the cut-ins that they've done, more aggressive diamond coating or diamond etching here on either side, whereas this one is more of like a skin texture and more rounded and smooth. So this definitely has more of like a comfortable contouring feel in your hand. All those cutouts fitting perfectly into my hand. Some blocky jimping right there, whereas we got kind of a sharper jimping, so it's not quite as comfortable when you're bearing down super hard without gloves on. That is something to consider. If you're bearing down, this is gonna bite into your thumb. I mean, you're not going anywhere, but you're gonna feel it This one, it's blocky, you're still there, but you just don't have quite as deep a cut in here, and then you just don't have quite as much aggressive thumb ramp and jimping here on the strike. And you can just feel it from beginning to end, the grind that they're going with, the button actuation that they've been changing, and the safety, the cut-ins, and the heavier traction, longer handle, steel liners. They're definitely, with the strike, I believe, going for more of that tactical, heavy-duty knife feel, whereas this is more, in my opinion, the Kalashnikov 74, coming in more like a lighter weight EDC type of a knife. That's really where I'm seeing these two knives when you're putting these guys, you know, head to head. That's really where, from beginning to end, I see that if you're looking for more of just an EDC blade, you're just carrying around, you know, around town, and you like autos and you're on a budget, rock on, then the 74 in any version is really the way to go. Whereas for me, if you're looking for more of like the field tactical auto and you're on a budget, then I think that's really where the strike is going to be the better, you know, choice for you. So pocket clips, what we're looking at here on the 74 is really deep ride pocket clip. It stands off a little bit more from the body than you're going to see on the strike. Now, I've never had any issues with that. I've never been like, man, this has a really obnoxious, you know, big pocket clip or anything like that. It doesn't seem to bother my hand just with how they've kind of etched it in and stuff, but it is a little bit larger, but really nice deep, you know, loop over. I mean, this thing is just going to hide in your pocket. Now, I've always thought that this was ambidextrous, but as I look at this handle has a cut in here, and I don't know if that's not gonna work, I don't believe. So I believe this is just righties, tip up only. I could be wrong in that, I'll annotate it in if I'm wrong, but I believe this is only for righties, tip up only, which I'm a right-handed guy and I like tip up, so it's not an issue for me. Now on the strike, loop over design as well, but again, like I just showed you, a little bit slimmer, easy to, you know, catch under your pockets. Got a little bit of flex there, so those thicker, you know, double stitched pockets on tactical pants, you know, it's going to be able to bump over and you know, ride deeply, which is nice. And then it is tip up, tip down, but it's not for lefties again. So I believe both of these knives, if you're left-handed, you're going to be kind of out of luck with the design. So that is something to consider. And then you got your lanyard hole up here at the top. Again, lending itself, in my opinion, for more of that tactical feel. This guy being super deep ride, which for EDC is great, but for tactical, particularly if you got tack gloves on, you know, you're at the range or something like that, it's kind of tricky to pull out of your pants. This guy's going to be a little bit easier, going to give you a little more real estate to grab on and pull up. So as you guys have seen throughout the video, I really do dig the strike, but I think it's definitely more of that utility tactical blade, where its old brother, the Kalashnikov 74, is more of the lightweight EDC feel. That's where I feel like these two knives fit in. So depending on how you're going to deploy the knife will determine which one will be the better blade for you. Both great. For 40 bucks, you're getting a great deal, great bang for buck. Just each one is designed for different tasks, in my opinion. So I hope this video, guys, has really helped you out decide which of these two auto knives, when you're on a budget, are the best for you. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. We're always cranking out new videos every single week. Join the conversation by putting those comments below. I'll do my best to respond to you. Check us out on all the relevant social media. That's a great way to see what's up and coming. And finally, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.